The girl was being choked and suspended in midair while my arms were locked tight. In this nearly hopeless moment, I managed to seize that sliver of hope. As Nana was thrown down from above, just like the first time I met her, I once again caught her successfully. But before we could even breathe a sigh of relief, her uncle leapt onto me without regard for his own life and kept violently kicking my arm. In the end, the fragile metal frame fractured, and at the same time, Nana's clothes were torn apart. This time, I could no longer catch her. I held Nana tightly in my arms and activated maximum power, rushing toward the hospital. But even though he was her uncle, he still drove after us, ramming into my body again and again. At this point, he no longer cared whether the truth would be exposed. He only wanted to eliminate us completely. Vehicles behind us kept crashing into one another, but clearly, he still refused to give up and started his car again to chase us. At this moment, a drone had already locked onto me and my image appeared on the news, but I no longer cared about being exposed. All I wanted was to get Nana to the hospital. Because her uncle was speeding, traffic police robots kept warning him to stop, but he had no intention of listening and instead rammed straight into one of them. That collision directly triggered a chain reaction. Fortunately, my mechanical body was sturdy enough. I immediately burst out of the wreckage, while her uncle turned into a narrow alley. At that moment, the hospital was already in sight, but along with it came my former teammates. They used robot hunting missiles, constantly trying to capture me. Nana in my arms was nearly flung away. And the deputy captain noticed the child I was holding and immediately ordered the attack to stop. But at that very moment, her uncle suddenly charged out from the intersection, sending me flying with a brutal impact. And an oil tanker, even with its brakes slammed to the floor, still smashed toward me due to inertia. In the violent explosion, I used my body to shield Nana, at the cost of being blown almost to pieces. Even so, I crawled toward her. I had to make sure she was safe. But while the officers weren't paying attention, her uncle seized a hunting missile and locked the target onto his own niece.
너를 지금부터 나 강나나의 호위 로봇으로 임명한다. 영광으로 알아. 아직 쓸만한 것 같으니 회기를 보류해주는 거야.